Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Roleplay Oblivion. Quick note just to mention, I finally figured out the YouTube thing, so this video is going to be a little bit longer, and yeah, it's probably going to be, if all goes well, probably around the 20-minute to 30-minute range, maybe even longer, I don't know. I'm still figuring it out myself, but yeah, pretty much that's how it's going to be from now on, because that's how I want to do it, because 15-minute intervals is too short, especially for a game like this where I'm not using fast travel or anything. So yeah, so quick recap. We just closed an Oblivion gate, found Martin, and we agreed to help these guys win back the city, since we have time. And, well, we saw how Martin handled things out there, so he can kind of take care of himself.
How could the Nine let this happen? I'm just waiting for Captain Mattias to give the order. Finally, a chance to fight back!
Well, he said we need a guardhouse key.
Yes, I have it. Why?
Well, I need it to get into the castle.
That's right. They managed to close the castle gates just before we were forced in here. I'm afraid you're in for a tough time, friend. The city's in bad shape, and it will be difficult to make it to the guardhouse by yourself.
I noticed.
Better go with you. We'll have to go through the chapel undercroft, and then through what's left of the city. If I don't make it, take the key and carry on without me. You'll need to reach the tower at the north wall of the city.
All right. Gotta say, getting back in that adventuring mood as Veraskis. I don't know. He's still, excuse me, still pretty young. So even though this is terrifying, I don't know. Being able to destroy these things is actually making him feel a little more confident. Oh. And that reminds me... Oh gosh, I'm about to be shamed. Oh, well, it's not totally low. Let's do it just a little bit over the mid-range there. Difficulty needs to be a bit higher. I mean, it's too low. So, is this the right way? Yeah, all those episodes, the last couple, like the last 10 I've done, I did those all in a row, and I kept forgetting every time to turn the difficulty up a little bit. Okay, it's saying to go, whatever, let's take care of these guys first. Oh, sorry, Martin. Oh yeah, this feels a little bit more how it should be.
This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death!
Yeah, they were going down just a little bit too easy. Okay. Yeah, that one... Did he die? I have a feeling he died. Oh, no, he's just decided to stand there. Alright, well, whatever. Man, they really miss. And a police siren. I don't know if that's getting picked up, but I apologize. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to. It was very easy to have friendly fire in this game, unfortunately. I know I'm not doing it right now, but I can't wait till Veraskis is and he will be joining the Mages Guild at some point, pretty soon. But I can't wait till I can actually be like, oh yeah, he got some training and can use conjuration spells, because my god, I really wish I had some conjuration. I'm a big fan of it. One of my favorite skills. I just think it's cool to be able to be like, oh yeah, by the way, I can summon this giant, the Atronox or Atronox, or however you say it. They're definitely one of the cooler things that you can summon. Just elemental golems, It's pretty cool. Oh, that arrow hurting you, man? Alright.
This is it. The entrance to the passage is right here. I'll unlock it for you. Best of luck.
Yeah, thanks. And I apologize if anybody's getting... I'm not sure, but if anybody's getting really into this, I apologize if maybe Vraskis's attitude has changed. Like I said, I took a break, like a day break between recordings, so yeah, I'm not exactly in that same mindset, but I'm trying to stick in character. But it will be a little influenced by me, I'm sure. So, thing to note. Open the gates. But you first. Oh my goodness, I just realized my health was very low. Might be a good time to use a potion.
This area is clear. We've got to get inside and find the Count before it's too late. Move out!
Alright. Are you alive? Oh, we lost one of the guards. Terrible shame. Thank goodness for those restoration skills, right? Oh. We lost a guard. Oh. No.
All right, this is it. We'll hold this area. You head to the back of the castle and find the Count. Don't come back here without him.
Yeah, I'll go do all the work. Let's see if he had anything. Okay. And roleplay wise, he was checking because he knew he had keys, but yeah. I'll try to not loot friendlies that much. Ah. Oh! Alright. Well, that's the end, ladies and gentlemen. Guess we'll see you next time. No, I'm kidding. I know. It wasn't even a good joke. Yeah, thank goodness this isn't a permadeath. Yeah, I played on what I like to call badass mode, which was basically I think the more common name for it is on easy difficulty, but I call it badass mode because basically you play that mode, you feel like a badass. Okay, let's spam some restoration spells. um, yeah, I know. Probably I'll get someone being like, "Oh no, you need to."
You
Yeah, sorry, I'm skipping through that because I've already done it. Um, I'm sure I'm getting plenty of people like, "Oh, well, you play on easy mode." And I was like, "Oh, you know what? Sometimes I just like to play and feel like a badass. You know, there's no shame in it. At least I don't think so. And well, if you do, then that's how you feel. Personally, I think it's really fun to be able to be like, oh yeah, look at all these awesome spells I can cast, and I can just tear through dudes, but I'm just thinking about it right now. I kind of wish I had done it earlier so I could do the Oblivion gate, but oh jeez, I was standing in that fire too. Oh gosh, do all that again. If I, you know what, if I do keep doing this bad, I think maybe I'll lower the difficulty just a touch, because alright, I'm gonna lower the difficulty, and if you want to complain about it, go complain to somebody else. Because, you know what, yeah, I'm not that great at Oblivion. I've played a lot, but I'm not like a master. I don't claim to be, and it's a roleplay, not a hardcore difficulty let's play kind of thing. And that's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. Okay, well, it could be a little more difficult. Come on. Okay, and then we hear from this guy, and then we go.
all right?
Blah 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 blah. You go get him. We'll stay here while you go and die. Alright, whatever. Now, I might sound kind of irritated, but yeah, Veraskis is more just like, oh yes, adventure, glory, fun, something different. Ooh, armor. Let's see, anything we can use? Chainmail. Nah, we're using heavy armor. Don't really like well, even with Veraskis' mind, he's like, alright, there's no time to explore. We need to hopefully try and find the Count if he's still alive, which I have a feeling he's probably suspecting he's not. But best to check anyway. Oh. Alright. Crap. I really didn't want to kill that guy. Totally on accident. Friggity frack. And I didn't save. Okay, cut back in. Alright, sorry if you noticed that cut. Accidentally killed somebody, and, it kind of goes against the story I was hoping to have, you know. It'd be a real shame if I was in a tavern and then a Dark Brotherhood person shows up and is like, oh, you were a cold-blooded murderer. It's like, it was an accident, and I just didn't want to do it, so I redid it, cut it, I'm sorry. And, oh no, the Count is dead. Well, I better take his signet ring and nothing else because it would be rude, and there's these dudes here. And apparently in a past life, Frascus accidentally killed them, and then they're like, destroy him, and it was chaos. So, yeah. Anyway. So, it's a sad shame that the first adventure was like, oh yes, we'll save them, and yeah, didn't really turn out that way.
Why is he not with you?
I'm sorry, he didn't make it.
We were too late? If only we'd gotten here sooner. This is indeed a dark day for all of us left. But I thank you for risking your own life to help us. Did you find the Count's ring by any chance?
Yeah, here.
At least this is safe. Thank you. I shall make sure it is protected for the time when a new Count is crowned. Here, take this. I have no use for it. I'm tired of fighting. It may serve you well in days to come. Be seen.
Alright, so we got a Kvatch Cuirass. It's light armor, but it's a gift. Oh, but it's not fitted for us either, so can't use it just yet. I know I'm being very bad at doing all this stuff right. And, yeah. Well, you know what? If you don't like it, too bad. I'm doing this because it's fun for me. So, if you don't like it, then you don't like it. But right now, I think Verascus is not exactly feeling that cheerful. I mean, through all this trouble, I mean, at the very least we found Martin, which actually we should check on him.
Unless you need something, let's continue on to Waynon Priory.
Follow me then.
Waynon Priory then.
I mean, he's happy he found Martin, but he was hoping that there might be a little more, it would have ended on a bit of a better note. It's like, yeah, he did help these people, and they're safe, but he was hoping that maybe it could have been, like the stories, he is the big hero and everything's alright, but it's kind of a, I guess a bit of a heavy dose of reality for him. Yeah, he's just done all this adventuring and stuff, but kind of this first quest is just like, yeah, like you do the adventure, but sometimes it just, you don't always rescue the damsel in distress and save the king and save the land. Sometimes stuff just doesn't work out. So, I mean, in the end, it's kind of he's found what he's came for originally, but all the same, his those big hopes of like just becoming a big hero have kind of faded out, and this is a bit of a heavy-hearted walk back to the Waynon Priory. It is better that he does feel the slightest bit happier knowing that I mean, the kind of sobering thought is, even though the Oblivion Gate did pretty much destroy Kvatch and a lot of things didn't work out, kind of Martin is hopefully that, I mean, according to Joffrey at least, he's like a person who can really help, but I mean, Vraska saw how he handled himself alright at the fight. I mean, maybe just even a little better than Vraskis does by himself. I mean, he wasn't ever really brought up to be a fighter. He's basically just I hate to say it, but kind of a rich kid who wanted to go out and adventure and to not be forced to do whatever his parents wanted him to do. He's kind of the rebellious teenager, I guess. I mean, his heart's in the right place, though. I don't remember if it actually makes a lot of sense canon-wise, like for the story, but oh goodness. This is odd. I don't remember seeing this guy. Obviously won't be needing it much now. Oh, I forgot there's like the spells. That might be helpful though. Do that. Hopefully I remember to use it. Let's give it a practice run. Oh, it doesn't use that much magic at all. So, yeah, I guess maybe a little more speaking about Vraskis, since we've got kind of a walk ahead of us. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think of how to word it right. His character is very, I mean, his heart's in the right place, but it's kind of one of those things where it's like he's very young, and he doesn't have a lot of world experience. I mean, he's only got the experience from, living kind of a sheltered life. I mean, he knows pretty much the principles behind magic, but not really the practice. And the little training he's had with the the war axe. But other than that, I mean, not much. I mean, he was a very social person. He talked with a lot of the the sailors in Anvil, and I mean, that's one of the ways he kind of learned about the world. But still, it's I think one of the lessons he probably would have been told by his father was kind of, books and all those things are great, but until you actually experience it yourself, it's not like real knowledge. It's knowledge for somebody else, but it's not your knowledge. And I think that's something he probably took to heart. And I mean, not to say that finding out knowledge from other people doesn't have its benefits, but kind of, it's one of those things of until you kind of go out and do it yourself, then it doesn't really matter. So, yes, he's, I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll find out a little more about his character as time goes on, but the one thing I worry about is at the beginning he's gonna seem like kind of a Marty suit. You know, it's like, oh, he doesn't really have a lot of issues, and I will admit, well, at this point it doesn't seem like it, but trust me, later on you'll kind of see that there is a bit of a, I don't know what to call it, I guess an unlikable side to Verascus. I mean, one thing we can say right now, it's, you know, it was very frustrating as a child to see, you know, some of his other friends, like the younger children who had the magical powers that he didn't. You know, it was frustrating to see that and be very jealous. And you know, one of the things I think he did get was kind of a bit of a power lust. I mean, you know, at this point in the story, it's kind of he's been a little humbled by the world and how things really work, but you know, I mean, that's one of the reasons he chose kind of the axe over a sword. Is, you know, an axe is a lot more powerful. You can get a heavier blow with an axe rather than a sword. It's, yeah. So it was something that looked a little more attractive, even though swords were elegant and sophisticated. Yeah. So he's a bit of a power glutton, and I'll hopefully come across a couple opportunities where it'll kind of show I mean, right now he's, like I said, he's kind of being humbled by the world. This is like the first experience, but some points later it'll show that he's willing to do quite a bit to get powerful. I think even more so it would show in Skyrim, but that's a whole other story right there. Getting dark. Is this? Oh, it's Skingrad. Alright, well, I have a feeling we have Martin, and you know, we've been walking for a while, and you know, going through all those Oblivion gates and things like that. I imagine Verascus is probably pretty exhausted, and Martin probably is too. I mean, you know, I know if we talk to him right now, he'd probably just be like, "We need to get to the Priory." And yeah, that's all well and good, but you know what? It's 7 o'clock, but it's getting close to evening, and I think it would be appropriate for Verascus to suggest that, you know, they stop at an inn for tonight, you know, within the walls of Skingrad, and you know, just take a load off, have some food, get a good night's sleep. Maybe even, I'm not sure if I actually have, I think I must have a few things to sell, so just checking the bag. Oh yeah, I got some of these bell scrolls and that book. And this. Great armor, 20 points on strike. Oh, and the lion pelt. Let's see, what do we have in particular? Oh, we have some potions too. I'm trying to remember. I don't know if there's like a magic shop in Skingrad. We're not part of the Mages Guild yet. Oblivion Traders, maybe here. Because I know with, at least as memory serves, Skyrim was a little more...
Welcome to Colovian Traders, Skingrad's finest selection of general merchandise. I'm Gunder. Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in?
Okay, so you could sell little things here, so we don't need that poison.
That's a good deal.
So that might be handy. No, we'll get rid of that. Don't need those. Or those. Then
That's a good
get
deal.
rid of those.
You've made an excellent bargain.
We'll keep those two. We'll get rid of that book.
That's a good
Okay.
deal.
Let's see if he has anything useful here. Some clothes. I don't think there's anything we could really, or that we really need here. That we could even really use.
Goodbye.
So, oh, and probably time to change out of that armor, Russ. We're in town. You can relax.
Over here!
Sorry.
Yes, you. We need to talk.
Um,
Yes, you.
Sorry, I'm busy.
We can't talk here. Too public. Meet me behind the great chapel at midnight. Don't let anyone follow you. I'll make it worth your while.
That, yeah, I think, now I know the lore probably doesn't get this dark, but, you know, I imagine, you know, there's bad seeds everywhere, and,
Hello.
Frascus isn't exactly the strongest guy, but I think,
It's
you know,
you.
someone saying,
Welcome to the Westfield Inn.
you know, meet me in this dark, secluded place in the middle of the night with just by yourself. He's worried he'd probably get robbed and probably living with a lot of those sailors who have been without
Have a look
female
around. You won't
company.
find better prices in
You
all
probably
the
heard more
taverns.
stories about horrible things like that. So, and that can happen to anybody. So. Yeah, let's not. So we'll get some beef and bread and get a sweet roll. And then we'll just assume that
Thank
we
you.
can get some water or juice or something.
I have a lovely room on the corner if you're interested. It's 20 gold for a night.
All right.
Excellent. I'm sure you'll be quite satisfied. Go upstairs and look for the door on the right at the end of the hall. Sleep well.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Well, come on, Martin. Let's have a bite.
Greetings
Oh, he's
to
just gonna
you.
stand there.
What is it now?
All right. Well, Raskus will eat.
I saw Ugok Ramogok earlier. At least I think it was her. Perhaps it was her sister.
Well,
The sisters are hard to tell apart.
come on, man.
It's
Let's
Uga
go.
you want to find if you need a mount, though.
Good day.
Is this? I think this is the way to the rooms. There it is. Oh. Double bed. Right. Martin, your room's, over there. So, good night. Well, that was a bit awkward.